Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on episode 8 of The Empty Theater. My name is Brody and today's movie is the 4th installment of the Jurassic Park franchise, Jurassic World, starring Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Jake Johnson.
Think it'll scare the kids?
The kids? This'll give the parents nightmares.
Is that good?
It's fantastic.
To get to Jurassic World, we have to rewind back 22 years to the original Jurassic Park, a film that could be considered a crowning achievement for filmmaker Steven Spielberg, as it was a successful fusion of grand-scale spectacle and really interesting storytelling, the whole film being a critique on man's hubris and their attempted mastery of nature. With each successive sequel, we get diminishing returns on story and more reliance on spectacle. And that is ultimately Jurassic World's downfall. We've got the two leads, Pratt and Howard, as Owen and Claire respectively, and while a good amount of the time is spent on them and their story and stories, I still walked away thinking there was a bit more that they just weren't telling us. There are a few side characters we're just given too little time with, one of whom is actually given the most impressive death sequence. The human villain's death is almost glossed over, and I'm rarely invested in the danger the two kids are in because they never flesh out a solid emotional connection to them.
We're gonna have to jump! I can! Are you ready? 1, 2, come on!
The sequence of events follows a very predictable path of establishing the cool yet still super dangerous dinosaurs and then methodically throwing a monkey wrench at it to get the outcome you see coming all the way back in the first act. And the aviary was a little out of place. It made sense, but they introduced it in and for only one scene, so it's just like, oh hey, guess what, we've also got an aviary. And one of the pterodactyls looked like it had a T-Rex head, so maybe the super dino isn't the only gene splicing they've been experimenting with at InGen.
You just went and made a new dinosaur?
Yeah, it's kind of what we do here. The exhibit opens to the public in 3 weeks. Mr. Mizrani wanted me to consult with you.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow?
It's not funny.
The other problem with the film is that they are less than subtle about setting up future sequels. There are plot threads that are introduced that go absolutely nowhere. Yet. So the film just feels a little incomplete. Now, in the modern age of the franchise, plenty of films leave the ending open for the assured inevitable sequel. But they close existing plot threads and open up newer, bigger ones that they will then explore in subsequent films. Jurassic World just stopped short of that. And now it's just, wait, what about this thing that happened? What's going on with that? But what we do get from Jurassic World is the big dino versus dino spectacle ending we've come to expect from this franchise. Granted, it was an ending that felt so contrived, I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a dino fist bump at the very end. The film ultimately just feels hollow. They did a lot with it, but they did a lot of the wrong things. There was more that they could have done that they just willfully didn't do, or that's the feeling I got. My recommendation on this is that you could probably wait for streaming or rental, probably even cable. Now, unless you're a big fan of it like I am, I grew up on Jurassic Park, it's my favorite franchise. So if you're just super excited about seeing it and you have to go, you're gonna go. Me telling you not to isn't gonna change anything. That was Jurassic World. This has been The Empty Theater. I am and always will be Brody, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on the Empty Theater web series. You can follow me on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Both those links are down in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode. And be excellent to each other.